Right, so we are now live on the internet. Pretty much, like, Sea of Thieves broke for me on PC, and for most people by the sounds of it. But Kieran's still here.
Hello.
Hello. So I have decided that I am going to play some Burnout Paradise.
I think it's a good shout.
Yeah, Kieran, however, is not playing Burnout Paradise.
I'm not.
Kieran is lucky enough to still be in on Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
So you can maybe give us a little bit of a live commentary, actually, see how you're getting on.
Well, I've actually just found some treasure.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm taking it back now. In fact, I found 2 bits of treasure. I found some rare tea. And I don't know if that's a little pun, or if it is actually just rare.
I think it might actually just be rare. I hope I haven't made... Oh, no, there we go. I can get off here. That's fine. Oh, no, back into the back end of a car. Oh, dear. So how are you finding Sea of Thieves?
It's really good, actually. I played a bit of the beta, only a little bit though. But it's nice to see it properly finished.
Yeah.
Because the others had sort of like placeholder menus and things like that. So it was nice. The intro to the game is quite cool.
Yeah, I did like that. Actually.
I said to you earlier, it's nice. It's nice to be playing a proper Rare game again.
Yeah.
It's got that nice charm to it. But yeah, I've just done one of the missions, so I had to try find an island, and then find the treasure on there.
Right.
Although I got a bit scared towards the end because I saw a ship that was sunken, and I didn't know if that was like something you can explore or if it's a player. And then I saw a ship on the horizon, and I thought, uh-oh. So I just sailed away from that.
That's fair enough, I think. Yeah, I'm quite excited to get in on Sea of Thieves. I just kind of need the game to be working.
Yeah, it does help when it works.
I mean, fingers crossed, the game will be up and running and working tomorrow. If it is, then we'll do a stream tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I think this is
ironically, I've just got the day 1 patch.
Hey, they could have done with one of those.
Yeah.
It's oh, hello, I'm going this way. Yeah, I think the thing for Sea of Thieves is that obviously everybody is kind of anticipating this to be the first big release on Game Pass. So the sheer volume of people that will be getting this game probably on the cheap, as well as being able to to just play it if they've already got a Game Pass subscription, including ourselves, as we alluded to in our earlier failed live stream. Yeah, it's a bit of a perfect storm.
Yeah, I
really,
think it's just getting flooded at the moment.
Yeah. But
yeah, hopefully when it's back up and running, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it will be, provided you've got a crew.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it so far on my own, but while I'm doing it, I'm thinking this would be more fun with other people.
Yeah.
Because the ship's quite fiddly to control on your own.
Yeah.
It's alright, you get used to it, but it'd just be quite cool. I mean, it's just that element of exploration with friends, isn't it? There's just... I know I can technically say, I've just found this to you, but it's just not quite the same.
No.
Without you being here.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
yeah.
I think I was saying to you that basically, before the game sort of encountered the problems tonight, I was in a game, and I'd managed to get myself onto an island that was, by the looks of it, the wrong one. Because you basically get given a quest or like a treasure you got to go find. You get given the treasure map, or you get given some clues. So the very first ones you get, you are given a treasure map. So you get given a treasure map. You go to the island, and then you just get a little X on the map. And yeah, it's just, it seems like it's just going to be good fun.
I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think it's really taking itself too seriously either. So it's just like you basically just mess around with your mates on the sea.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much all there is to it. But
yeah.
Yeah, I think it will be cool if you've got like a full squad of pirates all manning the ship and that. Especially if you get into the naval battles, because they look really cool.
Yeah, I think that was it. Like, I managed to join a game a little bit earlier on tonight where there was very clearly a naval battle going on with my party, or with the 3 people that I joined. But they didn't seem to know that I was in the game, so
right.
So yeah, I was on land, and I could just hear them going, "Ah, man, the cannons!" Which it sounded like it was really good fun.
See, something like that happened in the beta. There was like a storm going off in the distance.
Right.
I was just on an island, so I pulled out my little telescope and had a look, and then I realised there were 2 ships battling in front of it, and it just looked really cool. And I was just sat on this island watching it for about 5 minutes. But it's quite cool that little things like that happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole like emergent gameplay argument, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people found, I know it's a very, very different game, but a lot of people found that about Metal Gear Solid 5 was that you could be just randomly walking along, and then something would happen in your instance of Metal Gear 5 that, oh no, not again! Every bloody time I do this on this map, on this race.
Crash.
So yeah, I kind of took a wrong turn, and I do it in every. Oh, and I've just crashed again. Every single time I do this this race, I somehow manage to bugger it up. Usually on like the last turn.
Yeah, the worst time to do it.
Yeah, or like the last little straight in the way, in the way into the final bit. So, but I've been making the case this week that that Burnout Paradise is one of the best games of all time, and I would stand by that claim.
Agree with you, though, are they?
I
don't think they should agree with you. I think it's nice that we all have different. I mean, I love Burnout Paradise. I spent hours on it. I still think Takedown's my favourite.
You see, I can't remember. Was 3 Takedown?
Yes.
Yeah. So I played the hell out of Takedown because that was PS2. I played God knows how much of that game. And I did absolutely love it. Like, it was great fun. And people, I think there was a period where I'd have my PS2 in the living room of our flat at uni, and we'd sit and we'd play Crash Mode and all the rest of it. And yeah, that was that was a big thing. Oh Jesus. There we go. So, yeah, that was a big part of my first year of uni was playing Burnout 3.
Yeah.
And again, that whole just the soundtrack and everything else was really good. But then, I think the thing is with Burnout Paradise is that it just kind of went, right, okay, so you like those events that you do, yeah? Right, well, here you go. Here's tons of them. And just drive around, lads, just,
just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, just have some fun. And it is one of the most fun games that I think I've played in a very, very long time. I absolutely love it.
It is ridiculous fun. I mean, you can't deny that there isn't enough content there. I mean, the amount of stuff they put in that game is ridiculous.
Well, it was
especially with the new one with all the DLC as well.
Absolutely, I think that was the thing. Was like it was one of oh shit! I just crashed my car. It was one of those where it was the first. It was like the precursor to everybody doing DLC, really. Because you had what they called the Year of Paradise. So they had, you know, they had the bikes update, and then the what else was there? There was the toy cars. There was the legendary cars. There was the island. And it was the way that they managed to put everything in without pissing people off, because I think a lot of people, you know, were quite wary at the time of maybe the like you know, the additional content stuff, because I think it was after.
I mean, horse armor.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was after like the horse armor controversy and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. But the way that Criterion did it with Paradise it was so good, and there's just so much. Like, there genuinely is just so much content in this game. And I think that was one of the reasons that I wasn't really begrudging paying 30 quid for it, because I got some, you know, I got some cheap points and or cheap PSN credit, so I think I didn't mind paying 30 quid for the game, whereas I know that a lot of people are possibly not as enthused by that price point. You know, if you buy it on disc, it's 35 quid RRP. I mean, what do you reckon to that price point? Do you think it's probably a bit much, or?
See, yeah, I was a little bit put off there, but just because I will definitely pick it up at some point, because I never played any of the DLC, so that's sort of the main reason I go into it. But at the same time, I did play it a lot, so.
Yeah, so Johnny made this.
It's one of those things.
I think Johnny made the same argument where it was like, I really want to play this game, and you know, I'll probably play it again. But you know what? I played this game an awful lot. So do I want to play it again? And I was like, yeah, but like, it's a really good video game.
I think it depends on. It's actually something I've been thinking about. It was after I watched that. I don't know if you saw it, the Cool Ghosts video, where he spoke about one of the Final Fantasy games where you can just like speed up the game and rush through it, and then he was like saying how it questioned why he was actually playing a game. It's like, well, what's the point if I can just rush through it? But yeah. I started thinking, well, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about that as well for. Things like Assassin's Creed, where they've got like the time savers. You know, you can buy time saver DLC, so you're not playing the game all that much.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And you're like, well, what's the point in paying quite a lot of money for that game when you're not actually playing it as much? You know, it's a weird one.
It's like real-time strategy games. I think like the Civ games, isn't it, where you can simulate battles or you can play them. I've not played, actually it might be in Total War games, I've not played them for ages. But yeah, it did make me think, like, I think back in the day I used to be all about getting the achievements. I was addicted to getting achievements.
Yeah.
And so I just play any old crap just to get achievements. But now I've got less time to do that. I think actually I'd rather just spend my time playing something I want to play.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, there's quite a few new games that I'd like to try, and it's like, well, do I go back to a game I've already played, or do I try play something a bit different?
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's just about having fun, isn't it? So if you know you're going to enjoy the game,
yeah, and
that's why I'm definitely going to pick it up at some point.
Yeah, I think that's the
I
thing.
just think if it was about 25 quid or something, I know it's only a tenner, but it'd be a bit more. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
I think the price is justified.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's perfect for someone who's never played it.
Oh, absolutely. If you've never played it, it's
yeah.
an easy recommendation for sure.
The Carson Opus is now on the streets of Paradise.
Oh man, I'm so bad at navigating in this game. when you go out to the sea, it shows you the path that you sailed on the map.
Yeah.
And I've basically spiraled around this island that I'm trying to find. I'll get there in the end.
So yeah, there's some guys in the chat. Gary says that he feels that Burnout feels better when it's a more refined and linear game rather than an open world game. I can kind of you know see that point of view. I just love the ability of just driving up to a set of traffic lights, squeezing both triggers, and it's like, oh, you're in an event, off you go. There's something really nice about that, and I don't know what it is. I think there are some elements that I'm, you know, somewhat begrudgingly going to admit haven't probably aged all that well.
Okay.
Things like having all of the race events ending in one of 8 locations. It's like you could probably get away with, you know, maybe not having that as a thing. You know, like just have it so that you've just got your, you know, you've got your cars and you know, you just race to certain points on the map, and they're not all the same every single time, because you do end up seeing a lot of the you do end up seeing an awful lot of the same places and the same like final straights a lot.
Yeah.
But like I said, I still absolutely love this game. I genuinely think it's one of my favourite games ever. I was really nervous about coming back to it, if I'm honest, because it was one of those where like, is it just the nostalgia that's gripping me? But we played it a little bit on the Game Blast stream.
Oh yeah.
On the Xbox.
On the backward compact.
Yeah, it was on the 360, yeah. And I was just sat there going, you know what, this is a really good video game. And obviously, you know, the big thing that's missing from these games is crash mode.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't quite like as much, where you just like bomb it down the road. Although it's quite fun, to be fair.
I think that's the thing.
You can do that.
Yeah, I think that was the thing that, you know, a lot of people. We used to have you know, gaming nights where we'd have people, you know, sort of 5-6 people, and we would all play crash mode. So, you know, we'd all sit around and just see who'd get the highest scores and you know, the best crashes and all the rest of it, and that was great fun. Snoopy is in the chat. Hello, Snoopy. How are we doing? I don't think it's the Snoopy. It's Snoopy 101ification. So yeah, it's not Charlie Brown Snoopy, but
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have you.
Oh jeez. I just did half a barrel roll off a ramp, and it didn't go very well. What the hell happened there? How did I wreck myself on a car that I was trying to take out? Oh, I hate it when it does that. There's the odd moment as well in the game where you end up getting, you think you've been completely wrecked, and you're in the middle of a race, and instead of getting wrecked, it just goes like, oh yeah, well, oh for fuck's sake. Instead of wrecking the car, it lets you do a drive away. And you're sort of, you're like, yeah, I didn't need to drive away at that point because I'm sort of in the middle of a wall. Yeah, it's really difficult to come back from that, but it's good. Plus, as well, there are many things that I do like about this game. But of course, the first thing that comes to mind whenever you hear Burnout Paradise is Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah. You're not very good at this, Ben. Oh, Nick. 1v1 me, bro, at the airfield. He He says I'm better at Bloodborne. Yeah.
Oh, that's
No. When I play this game, I just run into a wall. Yeah, Snoopy says when I play this game, I just run into a wall. Yeah, it's. I mean, there's a lot of muscle memory in the game, particularly when it comes to like taking ridiculously tight corners at very high speeds. Yeah, there's an awful lot to remember, and it is just there's so much that I'd sort of forgotten. Ah! Oh, bugger it. So much I'd forgotten about the game. Like, I'd forgotten about power parking.
I don't remember that.
Where you, there's a challenge where you've got to park your car between two other parked cars by approaching it at really high speed and then slamming your e-brake on.
I like those stunt drivers in minis do that, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
I know it's really really generic thing to say.
Yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's that exactly, and that is a you know, that's a little mini game that you can do, and it's one of the Freeburn challenges that you get when you're online.
Oh right.
So
I don't remember that. I do remember one thing, and it
oh,
was a little bit weird. So I had it on 360, and there was the Xbox Vision Cam.
Oh yeah.
And you could do little snapshots when you took people down.
Yep.
Yeah. I was playing a game where there was a woman in it that just kept like lifting her top.
Wow.
On camera. So then you basically just had however many racers are in this game just chasing her down, and it was a little bit creepy. I wasn't overly happy with it, if I'm honest.
That's amazing.
but yeah, I don't know why that would take off really.
That sounds fantastic. I mean, I remember having it on. I remember having it on the PlayStation because I had the PlayStation I, as it was.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we all bought a PlayStation camera, a PlayStation I, because we all had like the iToy games and stuff like that. So there was a group of us. There was me, there was Johnny, there was Matt, and another friend Dave. We all bought PlayStation cameras because we thought this is going to be really good fun, and we just sat there and pointed it at the most ridiculous things that we could in our rooms. So I think I think at one point we had Dave was Dave had a Mr. Potato Head that was actually Optimus Prime. So every time Dave got taken down, we had a Mr. Potato Head Optimus Prime just staring us in the face. Yeah, it was good times, good times. So, whoa, that's a tight corner. Right, I need to make some time up on this. Snoopy says he's done the power parking, but it took him like 30 tries. Yeah, it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do the power parking. Come on then.
Yeah, I was going to say, deviating slightly from Burnout, there's the new game called On Rush coming out soon.
Yes, there is.
It looks amazing because I loved MotorStorm for a start, and I know it's some of the ex-devs from that studio, isn't it?
The old Evolution devs, yeah.
Yeah, but I saw today that it doesn't, like, it's slightly different to a normal racing game in that you don't have a start and a finish.
Okay.
It's like you just jump straight into the middle of a race, and it's all points based. So you've got to like smash up AI cars and stuff. You play with proper people as well, but if you're in a team as well, if you drive together and things like that, you rack up more points. But it's all like points based. So if you crash, it's not that much of an issue because they drop you straight back in the middle of the race.
Okay.
Which is quite good. That it was actually Eurogamer on about it, Ian from Eurogamer, and he was just basically saying it's really good because usually in games like that where you crash, you get chucked right at the back, and then
Yeah.
everyone's just like racing off, and you're just there, sort of like, okay. But
Yeah,
because of
it's-
this, it just keeps dropping you straight back in again. But
Yeah.
it sounds like quite a cool concept.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good actually. I'm looking forward to that. I know we've I've been having some conversations with the PR folks about it, and it definitely seems like it's I don't know how that's a crash. I went between two cars. God damn it. Yeah, like I've been having a bit of a chat with the PR about it, and it does look really cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to try that out. There was some other modes in there as well, like King of the Hill and things like that, which you wouldn't really associate with a racing game as such. But
Yeah, I mean, there's is it H1Z1? Have you seen their latest mode? Damn it, I saw that.
no,
coming.
I haven't.
So their latest mode is it's called Auto Royale.
Okay.
Which is basically a battle royale mode, but you're in teams of 4, and the teams of 4 are all in cars.
Okay.
Oh man, that was close. Again, I hit the edge of a ramp, and hitting the edge of a ramp in this game means it spins you off into a barrel roll. Not having a good time with this race. 4th with like a corner and a bit to go. But, oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Oh, I've done him! Hey, there we go. And I'm in 1st. And that's why I love Burnout, because you can be crap for half the race, but as long as you take people down and like just nip past them at the last possible second, that's, oh, so good. So good. Plus, I'm also in a car that's very clearly the DeLorean, so I don't know why I crashed there. I'm an idiot. Yeah, the DeLorean in this is pretty good fun.
Oh yeah, because that was DLC, wasn't it?
Yeah, so they did a.
Wasn't it?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, they did a legendary cars pack. So you had basically like Ecto 1, the DeLorean. That for some reason set Siri off on my phone. You had a DeLorean, you had Ecto 1, you had Kit from Knight Rider, and the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. All slightly and legally distinct, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. I
Race east to
did
the
like
Navy
that.
Yard.
I just remember like when the DeLorean one was announced, I just remember immediately like going, I am buying all of this because it looks brilliant. I'm trying to think. There might have been. I think there was probably one piece of DLC that I didn't get for the game originally, and I think that might have been the police cars. Although I might have even had that, because I don't think they did a season pass, because it was sort of before, you know, before the days of everybody having a season pass, and you know, if the game's not got a season pass, then it's pointless having it.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, they really did they did pioneer the concept of a lot of DLC ideas. But yeah, it was, you know, there you go.
If you want a little CFD update, I've just had like 3 drinks of grog, or whatever they call it.
And are you
And
very
I'm
drunk?
Absolutely, I'm very drunk, and I'm playing an instrument in the corner of a pub while I'm puking everywhere.
Nice.
It's,
Is this Sea of Thieves, or is this reporting on my Friday night?
oh, sorry, this wasn't in game.
Snoopy's 101ification says, love the channel. Thank you very much, dude. Be sure to subscribe and you know, leave us a like on a few things. It's always welcomed. And share us
Very
about
nice
as well.
indeed.
Yeah, share us about, because we're nothing but whores for likes. That's all we are these days. Especially that Johnny lad.
Yeah, he loves the likes.
So yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to stream for tonight. I don't know how long I've actually been up for at the minute. I'm just crashing into cars while I try and find that out. I can't actually see. Don't think there's a timer on the new version of OBS that I'm using. I'm sure there is.
I'm going to guess 46 minutes. That's what I'm going to guess.
You're going to guess? Okay, cool. Well, we'll be able to find that out on the archive, or indeed if someone tells us now how long it's been streaming for. I mean, oh, for God's sake. I just keep hitting other cars all the time.
I think the idea is not to do that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it depends on which mode you're playing, to be fair.
Oh, actually, yeah.
You know, if you're playing a road rage, then it's always good. But, you know what you are supposed to hit? Those pesky yellow barriers.
Oh, yeah.
And it's almost getting to the point where I've got 300 of them, of the 400 in the game. So I'm sat there going, right, do I then try and get all 400, or do I not bother? Because I don't think you need to get all 400 to get the Platinum Trophy. I think I might have got all the ones that I need to get all the trophies. But there's that little bit of OCD somewhere that's going,
Yeah,
I need to get them all. I need to get them. So yeah, I don't know. Now, is there any more up there? There is. There's one there. How do I get that one? I mean, I think this game highlights the slight OCD tendencies of people, or the just fell out of a car park. Not the OCD, like the ADHD nature of somebody. Because normally I try and focus on one thing in a game, or try and, do something, and then go and do another bit, and then, make sure I've got what I need to get done. But here, it's like you're driving along and you're thinking, oh, shiny thing, oh, other shiny thing, oh, I've just hit a wall. You can't stop but find new things to do in this game, and I love it. It's just so good. Gary says we've been streaming for roughly 35 minutes, so I'll probably give it another. I'll probably give it another 10, 20 minutes or so.
That was out. Rubbish at timekeeping.
Oh, there we go. 69 billboards. Nice.
Whee!
Oh,
nice.
And a wall. You know what? When I've not got... when I don't have the pressure of 7 people watching, I'm really good at this game.
I've heard that.
Hello. You're a shiny little fucker. I'm going to take you down and add you to my car collection. Knock, knock. Boom. Oh, what? How did that not take him down? Piece of shit. Fuck off.
Hacking.
There we go.
Hacks.
There we go. Shut down the Carlson Opus. Or the Carson Opus, sorry. Right, I need to see if I can get this billboard, because it's been bugging me for a while now. The other thing as well, actually, that I mentioned this in our little WhatsApp group the other day. On the Big Surf Island, they've named the buildings and stuff after their favourite things at the time. So there's like the Tel Wogan restaurant.
Like that.
Yeah. There is the Inspiral car park. Oh, you fucker. Yeah, there's the Inspiral car park, and then there's also what else is it? There's the Hairy Cornflake as well, which is in hindsight probably not the best one to have, given that Dave Lee Travis got put down for touching people.
Oh.
Yeah, but everything else, it's quite.
Yeah.
It's just quite funny to see. Like, you'll be driving along and then, oh, Innsbruck car park. I just love the pun on that. And then there's, yeah, there's the Hairy Cornflake on my right. Is there? The hairy cornflake. Yeah. What other games can you say that in? Other than maybe GTA. Right. Let me see if I can get that jump sorted. Because I want to get that billboard. If I don't get this billboard in this try, I'm going to go back to the mainland. So, oh no, fucked it. Oh, have I? Oh, yeah, I fucked it. Back to the mainland I go.
So here's the thing that I've just realised that has really annoyed me.
Go on.
So you know the servers are playing up on Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that all the missions I've been doing aren't actually being logged anywhere.
Oh no!
So I've just checked my progress and it says I've done nothing, even though I've collected chests.
Yeah, so they did say that that is that's a known bug, and it will.
Oh, okay.
It will sync, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've said that they knew about, or they know about that.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it was, I think it's to fix the problems that they've been having. I think that they've taken down the servers for new people. I fucking love this game. So good. And bang, you get taken down. You get taken down. I'm like Oprah with takedowns.
I was just about to say that.
There we go. Takedown frenzy. Have that. Bash. Oh, what? How is that not a takedown for them? Because I smashed them. Gary says he's just checked out that onrush and it looks mental.
It does. It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I think it was announced. Was it E3?
Yes, it was, because I lost my shit. Because at first I thought it was a new motor style, and I was like, no way.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's not. But then I found out that technically it is. I mean, it might as well be.
Yeah.
Very exciting again. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Although actually, from the gameplay, it doesn't look quite as... It just looks a bit more nuts, which
Yeah.
I'm all for, because it just looks insane. What I quite like about it is they put... I forgot what they call them now. Crap, the words escaped me. But they basically just chuck a load of AI in there that are really weak, so you just use them to build up your boost bar. So you just got to smash them off the track, which is pretty cool. Oh, fodder, that's it. So yeah, you just smash into people to build up your boost, but yeah, it just looks mad.
Okay.
A lot of fun. And also, mid-race, you can just change, it's like class-based. So each
Okay.
vehicle has special moves and things. And if you say you're on a bike or something and you crash, you can just choose to jump in a truck in the same game. So you just jump and spawn back as a truck. So,
Wow. That sounds...
It's like...
That sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and what was... Oh, there was another mode as well, a bit like... They said it in the video again, a bit like gun game.
Okay.
So you start off on a bike, and then if you get trashed, you lose a life, but then you get like a car. And if you get trashed, you lose a life, and then you get a truck.
I like the sound of this.
So you basically got to... Yeah, I mean, it just sounds... Well, it just sounds fun, so I'm really looking forward to trying it.
So in the chat, we've got Steve Cav says... I played this on the 360 and now I'm playing on the PS4 Pro. Does anybody think it looks any better? I don't think it's that big a leap forward. I don't think it's like a massive, like, oh my god, this is incredible, like, leap forward. I think they've just touched it up where it needs to be. Because, oh, you fucking bastard. They've touched up what they needed to do. Like, they've kept it at a solid frame rate. I don't think there was ever... What? How did I win that? I was second and then I crashed. I'll take it, but... yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I think they've touched... They've enhanced what they needed to do. I don't think there's really... Like it's got the the 4K enhancements for the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. It's running at a very, very solid frame rate. I think that was one of the key things for me, was like, you need to keep the frame rate high for Burnout Paradise because it's damn good, and it was solid for even on the PS3. I almost want to say that it was 720p on the PS3 and 360.
I think it was.
So, even the fact that it's running at 1080p is pretty. Oh no, I was miles away from that. Even that this is running at that it's running at 1080p. I think it looks better than it did, for sure. Sorry, I'm just having this in the chat. Gary said, if games were given honest titles, Burnout would be called Stevie Wonder's Driving Simulator. I mean, maybe that's a sponsorship deal if they ever announce a new one. Let's see.
Maybe that's why they've released this, just to test the waters for that version of the game.
Do you reckon that's what they've done with the Paradise remaster? Do you reckon they've got another one in the pipeline?
I think it's to see if it's still got any legs, and then they'll maybe do a new one.
And
I think it would be Paradise 2 as well.
Yes, I think you are absolutely right on that. I think if I'm honest, I think the Need for Speed franchise has lost a lot of goodwill that people had with it. I think not the most recent one, but the one before that, where they had the like the FMV and stuff like that. That was I mean, it wasn't that good a game. It really wasn't. And then this most recent one, which I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. I know that Matt quite enjoyed it, but I think it seemed to push the loot boxes and things like that in the kind of direction that it just seemed to be, following on from the Star Wars controversy as well. I think it was one of those where they went, okay, we've probably screwed the pooch on this one.
So I think it was a bit unfortunate with that as well, because I think obviously those games all came out at the same time. They probably thought, right, we just need to bang a load of loot boxes in our games, make all the money, and then it was a bit too late when people started saying, actually, I'm not overly happy with this.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with that one.
So I think they even I think they did backpedal on it a little bit, the way it worked after Star Wars. I'm sure, I can't remember what it was, but I'm sure they changed something. Said, I can't remember. I know that's a bit of a shit.
No, I think
I'm sure there was something.
Payback. That's the one.
I remember saying
it was indeed Need for Speed Payback. Yeah. So obviously, they buggered it up a little bit with Payback, and it was oh, for fuck's sake. I think they've lost a lot of goodwill and a lot of faith that people had in the Need for Speed brand. And there was a conversation about this on Giant Bomb the other day as well, on one of their podcasts. Why do I keep crashing into things? The answer is obviously because I'm not very good at this game. The Giant Bombcast, they talked about it, and they said, one of the things that's very alluring about Burnout is that you can, right on cue, crash and the cars just disintegrate, and it does it in a way that you wouldn't be able to get away with licensed cars.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you fucking knob end.
Yeah, manufacturers don't like to see their cars being destroyed, do they?
No. And
I think there's something about
that. Little peek behind the curtain here. Kieran used to work at a rather well-known developer, who I think at one point was, you know, doing a racing game, shall we say? And I imagine there would have been quite a lot of things in there, because did that have licensed cars in it?
Are we talking about? I'll just say it. Are we talking about Midnight Club?
I am indeed talking about Midnight Club.
Yeah. Midnight Club, that actually released before I started, but it did have licensed cars in it.
Okay.
In fact, actually, I had to complete that in 2 days as part of my induction.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, I think the record's been broken now, but I set the record for the most completed. Highest completion of the game, which I'm quite proud of.
Excellent.
But I think I did about 96%.
What, in 2 days?
But yeah, I mean, it was mad. We were working. It was to testers, well, not to testers, but to see how we'd cope with long hours, because it was just in QA, so I wasn't doing anything overly exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just sort of like to get used to that sort of thing. But yeah, it had licensed cars in. Yeah, because I can remember there was like Lexus and stuff like that in there.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of those where I just think there's, although it seems to have loosened up a little bit, I still think there's a lot of there's a lot of possible negativity around, like, I don't want to see our cars being completely annihilated.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, with Burnout, for example, I am currently driving a car with its roof that is completely caved in.
I do remember that. They're just like, it just barely resembles a car at some point.
Yeah, it's just like a piece of toast with wheels at this point.
But I think they're going to see how this sells, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a Paradise 2 announcement. Because I know they're probably going to back away from loot crates a little bit, but it's still going to stay. But I think there's potential for an open world game. There's more potential to exploit people in an open world game. I know that's a cynical way of looking at it, but
yeah,
I think from their point of view,
yeah,
unless it is just like Burnout Royale.
Burnout Royale, I'd pay for that.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, they could just, well, they've proven they could just re-release Burnout Paradise and I'd pay for it. Someone said go to Big Surf Island, as I'm reading the comments and grinding along a rail. Yes, I will go to Big Surf Island once I've done this race. So this race will take me to the Naval Yard. I'll just head east from there, and then that'll all be good. So, Jesus. Honestly, my car looks like a fucking square pancake. Oh, there we go. There we go, my car has been fixed. And Guns N' Roses is on the stereo. See, there is something about that opening little jangly guitar riff for Paradise City.
Yeah, that is.
That it just, even now, it just sends a little, puts a little smile on my face. I'm just like, oh, I'm at the start of Burnout again. It's a very good video game, this is. Do, do, do. Come on. Ah, shit, the bed. That was close. Oh, that's a car. So what else are you looking forward to this year then, Kieran?
What am I looking forward to? I should probably mention the game that I mentioned in the GOTY things, but To be fair, I don't even know if it's coming out this year, so I might not even mention it. Can't remember. It's called Somerville. But that was like from the devs of Inside. I think one of the guys left and started his own company. I think I could be wrong on that though, so don't quote me on that. And I don't want to cause like a rift between them, but I'm sure he has. I think he has distanced himself and started his own company. But it just looks so good.
Yeah, I think you remember saying the art style about that. Does look very, very cool. So we've got Gary in the chat is obviously looking forward to Spider-Man because Spider-Man.
Yeah, that looks great.
Looks the fucking tits. We've got sorry. I'm trying to read the chat and also play the game. And it's very difficult for me to multitask at 200 miles an hour. Steve Cav says he's looking forward to The Crew 2. I'm looking forward to The Crew 2 because The Crew was an interesting idea that almost kind of cribbed a bit from Burnout, if I'm honest. It sort of seemed to crib some ideas from Paradise. Oh, for God's sake.
I've got The Crew, but I've never played it.
Yeah, it's... I
think I got it free with
as I say, I think it was
Gold or something.
I think it was free with Gold at some point, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the second one does look cool because it's got planes and stuff, hasn't it? I assume the first one didn't have planes. But it looks like you can just change whenever you want.
Yeah, well, that was one thing actually that was interesting about Burnout was with Paradise. They were talking about when they were talking about like the the Year of Paradise content and all that stuff. They were actually at one point considering doing planes, and they had concept art and things like that of planes going round the island and things like that. It was being teased. This was the sort of early days of like games media, Twitter and things like that. It was it was I distinctly remember that. That's
the point actually. Didn't they show like a teaser for a new game? It's definitely not called this, but it was like, what was it? It was like Beyond Car or something.
It was, yeah. It
It
was called Beyond Cars. Me and Gary were in the room when that was announced. We were in the.
Oh right.
We were at the EA press conference that year, when they had. I think that was when they announced. Oh, what was the Battlefield game? Was it Hardline? I think it might have been Battlefield Hardline.
Okay.
And they
was it that far long ago?
Yeah, it was ages ago. And then they very quietly sort of said, yeah, that's dead now. That's not happening.
Yeah, I was quite happy with that, but I guess they got pushed onto Star Wars then, didn't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, there was the whole, there's the whole, story of stuff that's come out recently. Where there was the team that were working on Hardline were the team at Visceral that weren't on the Star Wars game, and they felt like they should have been on the Star Wars game because it was like the A team were on the Star Wars game and everybody else was pushed to other games and other projects. And it seemed like a very, very messy time to be at Visceral, and now they've been shut down, which is quite sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gary says he can't remember that.
Did they do Dante's Inferno? Or am I getting confused?
I don't know if that was Visceral.
No, it probably wasn't.
But yeah, Gary says he can't remember that. He can't fucking remember that game. He was probably asleep at that point. You might well have been, mate, because in fairness, I think there was me, you, and that might have been it actually. We were sat in the EA press conference and we had, I think we had free beer, we had donuts on the table, we had
sweet.
EA press conference, E3 press conference day. If you're there and you have invites, it is one of the most frantic and stressful days that you can possibly imagine. Like, just getting from place to place. Like, it's all fairly condensed and fairly compact. but getting, you know, from point A to point B is it's a challenge sometimes, because, you know, if the conference is overrun, then that impacts on the start of the next one. But of course, the company that are putting on that next one don't really care, because it's not their fault. You know, it's
yeah,
it's such a weird day. And the other thing as well is, obviously, you know, we do this as a bit of a hobby, and we have been incredibly fortunate to go to E3 multiple times. I mean, I've been twice. Gary's been 4 or 5 times, I think. You know, other people have been before us, and you know, it's a really weird thing, because you're there, and you know, like I said, you're kind of a hobbyist. You're doing this as something that you love, and you suddenly get to see and you get to meet all of these people that you respect in the industry and that you look up to and that you speak to a lot, and or, you know, not necessarily speak to, but you read all the coverage of, and you just see everything. And it's so weird, because you're almost considered as peers in a way.
yeah.
It's a strange situation at E3. It really is. Yeah, Steve in the chat asks, is Sea of Thieves Xbox only? Yeah, it's Xbox and PC. I was playing it on PC earlier on, until it stopped working, which, you know, is a shame.
I'm playing on the original Xbox One, the really chunky one,
Yeah.
that looks like a VCR player. VCR player? Yeah, VCR. Yeah,
So, yeah,
anyway.
I was going to say, you've been on it.
But it works fine.
I was going to say, you've been on it a while now. How's it running? Is it still relatively smooth?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it looking...
like, there was a little bit where it slowed down for a fraction, but that was only for like a second. I mean, apart from that, it's been running really well.
Cool.
And yeah, I've just been doing some treasure chest hunting, really, and it's quite fun. The map's a lot bigger than I thought, but it's one of these. I don't want to. Well, it's similar-ish to No Man's Sky, and that's going to set off alarms for some people.
I was biting my tongue at that comparison earlier on, because I was like, this seems very kind of, here you go, do a thing. We're not going to tell you what the thing is. Just do a thing.
It's almost like, I guess in a way, it's like a true sandbox game, in that it's like, here's the toys, you play with them, you make your own stories.
Yeah.
But it's not quite as well. It's actually got a bit of content, unlike No Man's Sky when it released. But yeah, you've got sort of quests to do. I've just found you can do like take letters to people and things like that. So it's not just looking for chests. You can be like a little postman and stuff like that. If that's what you want to do, if your dream is to be a pirate postman, then I recommend this game.
I mean, I don't know whose dream isn't to be a pirate postman, to be honest.
I don't know, that's the thing. I think that's why the servers have crashed, because everyone's like, finally, a game where I can be a pirate postman. Or postwoman, I'm not being sexist. But yeah, no, it's good, it's fun. I'm itching to play it properly with like a crew. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, well, I think Andy might be in tomorrow, so if we can get myself, you, and Andy in, and we'll see if there's anybody else that. Just clipped a curb. Gary said, "I'm getting Sea of Thieves very soon, and I've just realised I've not got an active gold subscription at the moment. This could prove expensive. Could do, mate. Yeah, that's kind of how that works." I don't even think there is a single-player component to Sea of Thieves.
No. You can play on your own, obviously, but it's all in, like, the connected world.
Yeah, I was looking for something on the menus. Oh, I thought I'd made it down there. I was looking for something on the menus earlier, but couldn't actually see anything at all. So, like, I want to say that there's a lot that they could do with the game that would probably make it a bit more... Oh, smashed into some shit there. You know, that they could probably make it a bit more friendly to people that aren't playing it in a group. But it, short of putting in like a full offline contingent in there, I don't really know what they could do.
No, I think, to be fair, earlier when I did the first mission, I saw that ship in the distance.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I've not actually seen anyone. I mean, that might be because the servers are down. I'm literally just the only one playing it.
There's just
they
Kieran.
probably wanted to restart the servers, but I'm here playing the game and I'm like, I wish it just hits off so we could restart.
We can't restart the servers until we've got everybody off, and there's one man still on.
He's just digging holes on the beach. But
I hope you're getting clips
I'm
of this. Just you randomly running around digging holes. Like some kind of confused dog.
But yeah, it's yeah, I've not met anyone yet. I think it would be annoying if you went and got a load of treasure and then you're on your own and then a crew of 4 pirates come and destroy you. That'd be a bit annoying. But yeah, so far it's alright actually.
Yeah.
I can see you playing it for a while.
Yeah, I think obviously, you know, we've mentioned this before, and given what we do, we have a very we have a somewhat warped relationship with a lot of video games, where we will, you know, if we get a game for review or a code through, we'll probably play it for a little bit of time and then almost sort of, yeah, we're done with that one. Next one, what's next? You know, whereas if you paid a lot of money for a game, you become a lot more invested in it, and I think it's where a game's got to have something like really unique to pull us in and enjoy it. And I think Sea of Thieves looks like it's got that.
Yeah. Yeah, faux show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it, like I say, with a crew, and I'll definitely play a bit more. But then there's also Fortnite in the back of my mind, just saying, play me, and I'm a bit addicted to that at the minute.
Yeah, and there's, of course, you need your Cuban.
Oh, I do, yeah, I'm getting behind on that.
Right. So
they've changed that a little bit, actually.
There's a new mission type, isn't there?
We were doing. Yeah, well, we tried that, but it was going to chuck us out into a tutorial in the middle of a stream, so we just went back to the normal mission.
Okay.
But we did it on easy again, but they've ramped it up a little bit, and they come from like different directions and things now, so it's a bit more difficult. But yeah, it's quite good. Still enjoyable. Still got a load of people saying, "Why are you playing this?"
I mean, it's thing is, it's not a bad game. Like,
no, it's not.
You know, we are obviously talking about Metal Gear Survive. Like, it's not a bad video game. It's
not.
It's problematic. Like, you know, there are things in there that aren't that great, but there are things in every game that aren't that great. You know, apart from Burnout Paradise, because it's perfect. But you know, there are things in there are things in a lot of games that, you know, people would say this isn't very good. Why is this here? Right, so where do I need to go to get these bloody... Oh, hello. Oh, that's on the ram. So if I go off there... I'm just trying to figure out a way that I can drive off some ramps so I can get all of the billboards.
Oh.
Because I love me some billboard smashing.
I did also say when we were streaming that, although it was kind of a bad thing to say because I essentially said stop watching the video, but basically it was like we said we're streaming Metal Gear, and then someone said, "Why are you streaming this? It's terrible." And I thought, well, you just clicked on a video that says we're playing Metal Gear. Just don't click on it if you're not a fan.
Yeah.
But, and I said again, it's like you get that on websites with news and things all the time. It's like, oh, I've got no interest in this game. It looks crap. Why did you?
Thank you for reading our news story on it. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's not a bad game at all. It's quite fun. Well, it's very fun.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think I'll probably disappear in a minute actually, because it's probably been about an hour now. Well, it might be an hour and a half actually, thinking about it. But yeah, it's there's a really interesting thing about like coverage in games at the minute, and we've been discussing this. One thing that that I've thought about is that a lot of games coverage is really negative, and it's just really crap. Like, you know, people just shit on stuff for the hell of it, and that seems to do really well for people. And like, all right, fair enough. If it does well for you, it does well for you. But I don't like that, so I've decided that we are going to do some more positive coverage.
Yay.
Going forward. I think it's you know, we are currently in the process of doing a you know, doing a few bits and bobs. So got some ideas that we're putting together, and there's a series that I you know, I quite like. I'm actually looking forward to getting a few of these reviewed, or getting a few of these done. We've got a few. There's a video series that we've got coming up called I Really Fucking Love, and it's going to be about the games that everybody on the team really enjoys. So yeah, that's coming up soon.
So it'd be nice to talk some positive things.
Yeah, you know, and not shit all over everything for a change.
Yeah.
So anyway, gonna leave that on that note.
Little teaser.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on that note. Are we playing on PS4? I am indeed playing on the PS4 Pro at the moment, running at a beautiful solid 1080p and a beautiful solid 60 frames a second. I believe it runs at a solid 60 frames a second on the standard PS4 as well. Obviously, if you're playing it on PS4 Pro, you get super sampling. And if you have a 4K TV, you can play it in 4K. I don't have a 4K TV. I also don't have a 4K capture card, so I'm not doing those. But yeah, this has been quite a fun little stream actually. I do like me some Burnout. I could play this game for.
I like digging holes in the sand. So it's been. There will be a vid showing that as well in a few seconds. I'm going to put that on the Twitter.
There we go. You see,
check that out.
Twitter at official_NGB.
Yeah. If that doesn't sell you on this game, then sorry, nothing will.
I've got 5 more billboards to get on the island. I almost want to stay and stream. And just stream and get the last 4 or 5, but oh man, I need to go to bed. I've got work in the morning. Oh, there's one up there. How do I get up there? Do I go up this way? I can go up here. Hello, you. Oh, hello there, you cheeky little unbroken smash thing. Oh, right. Well, that just takes me back to places I've already smashed through, so I'll go back, and then I'll go off that ramp. Right. Let's go round here. Oh, no, I've been around there. See, it's going to get to that point where you have like 2 or 3 billboards left and you don't know where they are, or the smash gates, and you don't know which 2 they are, so you've got to do a massive online tutorial, like massive online guide of, okay, this is where all of your this is where they all are, so go find them, and you've got to go figure out which one you've got and which one you haven't. Oh man.
I remember doing that on Crackdown, printing it out and then crossing off every single agility orb that I'd found.
Yep.
And then getting to the end and realised that I'd crossed them all off and I still had one to find.
Oh no!
And then had to do it all again.
Oh no!
That was fun.
What did you do?
I mean, I could have just said no. I just did it all again because I had no life at that point. So I literally just spent, I don't know how many hours. But actually, speaking of Crackdown, I'm really looking forward to Crackdown 3. It's another one I'm looking forward to this year.
Yeah,
if it comes out this year. I'm not holding my breath.
I don't think it will. Unless Microsoft have got a big plan for E3. And they just turn around and go, hey, remember every game that we've ever announced that never came out? Here they all are.
You're scale bound.
Oh, don't.
No, that's not coming back.
Don't.
That's
don't.
not coming back.
That still hurts. I think I was in the audience when that got announced as well.
Oh right.
Because that conference had like Scalebound, Phantom Dust, that Fable game that never came out.
Oh yeah, that got cancelled, didn't it?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff from that conference that never saw the light of day, which is a bit sad, really.
Yeah.
So.
Must be a massive kick in the nuts if you spent like however many years making a game and then they're just like, yeah, by the way, we're cancelling it.
Yeah, or you know, if a game gets announced and never comes out, like Agent didn't.
Oh yeah, I remember Agent.
Yeah. What a weird announcement.
I kind of want to
that
say
was.
something about that, but
you probably can't.
I'll tell you off stream.
We'll talk off stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, yes, we were there when they announced it. Yeah, so that was such a weird event. And again, going back to like the whole E3 thing, it sounds like I'm moaning, but I'm really not, because I know just like how privileged I've been to go to E3 twice. And you see the professional journalists and stuff in the industry sort of saying, "Oh, E3 is rubbish. Oh, I'm so I'm bored of it. It's too much work." It is horrendously busy. It is a huge amount of work, and there is that part of it that makes me a little bit glad that I don't work full time in the industry, because I know that if you've got an appointment that you need to make and you get held up and you can't make it, that's content that you then can't create, or an interview that you can't do. It then puts you in a really bad spot because you've then not got the content that you need. Yeah, it's a cutthroat industry. I know that's a really cheesy thing to say, but it's true. But yeah, I'm aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I would not change like what we do and the opportunities that it's given us for anything really. It's been an interesting time, and hopefully we'll be back there soon.
Yay.
I wanted to go to Gamescom this year, but I just can't afford it, which is a shame. Although I am currently trying to put a proposal in place that me and the good lady wife have a lovely romantic week away in Paris at the end of October and the start of November, for no particular reason at all.
It would just be coincidence if something was organised for them.
Yeah, I mean, it would be incredibly coincidental if the annual event that is known as Paris Games Week happened to fall in the week that it always falls in, that I'm planning a week away for. Gary says E3 next year. absolutely. If I can get the readies together, we'll have a few of us go next year, and it will be all kinds of awesome. And hopefully Gamescom as well, because I actually think I prefer Gamescom a little bit. It's a lot more chilled out. It's a much better organised show, at least. At least it was when well, the 2 E3s that I've been to, Gamescom seems a lot more organised. Yes, 42 out of 45. Things to go. Ooh, here we go. Right, I've wrecked my car. I think it's that's a fair point for me to leave. Thank you for everyone who's joined us on the stream tonight. It's been good fun. We'll do a we'll hopefully get a Sea of Thieves stream done at some point. You know, when the game works. It would be nice if that was now, but obviously it isn't. So hopefully they'll get their shit together for tomorrow. And we'll have a jolly good time. And Kieran can actually show me what to do, because he will have played a little bit more of it than I have. So I've played approximately.
I'm going to be so pro. I'm really not.
You're going to have to be you're pro pirate, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to just stand in the crow's nest, barking out orders, ringing the bell.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, fingers crossed we'll get on that, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. Right. If anyone's watching the stream at this present moment, that was really weird. So there was one of the cars for reward that was it had just spawned and was trying to drive into a wall repeatedly. So it made it really easy for me to take it down. Oh well, I'll take it. Yeah, that's going to do us. Thank you for joining us on the stream. We will hopefully see you tomorrow for a Sea of Thieves stream, provided it's all good. Gary, just actually, yeah, one last thing before I go. Gary has said one last thing. Surely they'll talk about the Avengers game this year, right? They've got to. You know, with Infinity War coming out, I think they'd be missing a big opportunity if they didn't. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that might be. I honestly think that might be something we'll see on Microsoft's E3 stage, because Square don't have their own conference. So, yes, we will see. Leon Edaza says that wasn't a bug. Burnout Paradise doesn't have any bugs. It's perfect. You are my new favourite person.
Is that just you with another account?
Shh, go to sleep, Kieran.
Busted.
Everything is fine. Yeah, that's gonna wrap the stream up. All right then, guys. We will see you, as I say, hopefully tomorrow. Where there may be 3 of us, there may be 2 of us, there may be none of us, depending on whether Rare fix Sea of Thieves. And yeah. Thank you for joining us. Please do drop us a like and subscribe, all of that other stuff. Yeah, tell your friends that we're not a bad channel, because I don't think we're a bad channel.
I don't think we are.
Alright then, guys, we'll see you later. Goodbye.
Alright, see ya.